Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the lives of three extraordinary leaders who defined the ancient world. These figures not only shaped their own civilizations, but also left a lasting impact on history. Imagine wielding the kind of power that changes the course of civilization, that influences the lives of millions. These leaders weren't just conquerors or rulers, they were architects of culture, shapers of destinies, and their legacies continue to resonate thousands of years later. Born in Pella, the capital of the Kingdom of Macedon, in 356 BC, Alexander was no ordinary child. From a young age, he exhibited signs of greatness and an insatiable curiosity. His father was King Philip II, a formidable ruler who had transformed Macedon into a powerful military state. And his mother was Olympias, a woman of fierce ambition and strong will. Tutored by the great philosopher Aristotle, Alexander's mind was shaped by philosophy, literature, and the sciences. He was taught to think critically and strategically. At 16, Alexander was appointed regent of Macedon while his father was away, showcasing his early leadership skills. 2 years later, he proved his military mettle at the Battle of Chaeronea, leading the cavalry to a decisive victory. This victory cemented Macedonian dominance over Greece and demonstrated Alexander's tactical genius. At 20, his father was assassinated, thrusting Alexander into the role of king. He inherited a powerful kingdom and a seasoned army, ready to follow him into battle. Many expected him to consolidate power in Greece, maintaining the status quo, but Alexander had grander ambitions. He dreamed of a vast empire that spanned continents. He envisioned a world united under a single empire, where Greek culture and knowledge would flourish. He led his armies across Asia Minor, spreading Greek culture and influence. Conquering lands and forging alliances, defeating the mighty Persian Empire in a series of brilliant campaigns. Alexander's empire grew with astonishing speed, conquering Egypt and Persia and extending his reach further east. Exhausted from years of relentless warfare, Alexander was forced to turn back after facing a mutiny from his troops, who longed to return home. Born in 69 BC, Cleopatra VII was destined to become the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt. Her life and reign have fascinated historians and storytellers for centuries. The Ptolemaic dynasty, though of Macedonian Greek origin, had adopted many Egyptian customs. This blend of cultures created a unique and rich heritage that Cleopatra would come to embody. Cleopatra, fluent in several languages and highly educated, embraced her role as pharaoh. She was not just a figurehead, but an active and intelligent ruler who sought to understand and govern her people effectively. At 18, Cleopatra ascended to the throne, ruling jointly with her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII. Their co-regency was fraught with tension and power struggles, typical of the Ptolemaic dynasty. Power struggles within the royal court led to Cleopatra's exile from Alexandria. She was forced to flee, but her determination to reclaim her throne never wavered. Cleopatra sought to regain her throne, and fate intervened in the form of Julius Caesar. Their meeting would change the course of history for both Egypt and Rome. Cleopatra smuggled herself into Caesar's presence, reportedly hidden in a rug. This bold and dramatic gesture showcased her resourcefulness and courage. Captivated by Cleopatra's intelligence and charm, Caesar became her ally and lover. Their relationship was both a personal and political alliance. With Caesar's support, Cleopatra defeated her brother's forces at the Battle of the Nile. This victory solidified her position as the ruler of Egypt. Cleopatra's relationship with Caesar was a strategic alliance that secured Egypt's position within the Roman world. It was a partnership that brought stability to her reign. Cleopatra bore Caesar a son, Caesarion, whom she hoped would one day rule both Egypt and Rome. This child represented the union of two great civilizations. However, Caesar's assassination in 44 BC shattered Cleopatra's hopes. The political landscape of Rome was thrown into chaos, leaving Cleopatra to navigate a dangerous new reality. Following Caesar's death, the Roman Republic was plunged into a power struggle. Various factions vied for control, and Cleopatra had to carefully choose her allies. Antony, seeking to secure Egypt's resources, summoned Cleopatra to Tarsus. Their meeting would mark the beginning of another significant chapter in Cleopatra's life. Cleopatra arrived in grand style, presenting herself as the embodiment of the goddess Isis. This display was meant to impress Antony and assert her divine right to rule. Antony, captivated by Cleopatra, formed a political and romantic alliance with her. Their union was both a powerful and controversial one. Their relationship caused a scandal in Rome and led to a conflict with Octavian. The political ramifications of their alliance were far-reaching. The conflict culminated in the Battle of Actium in 31 BC, where Antony and Cleopatra's forces were defeated. This marked the beginning of the end for Cleopatra's reign. Julius Caesar, the rise of an empire. Born in Rome in 100 BC, Gaius Julius Caesar was born into a patrician family. His early life was marked by the privileges and responsibilities that came with his noble birth. Despite their lineage, the Julius Caesares were not particularly wealthy or influential. They had a name but lacked the power and resources that many of their peers enjoyed. Nevertheless, Caesar received a traditional Roman education, excelling in rhetoric and literature. His education was rigorous, preparing him for the complex political landscape of Rome. Caesar's early career was marked by political maneuvering, military success, and personal ambition. He was a man driven by a desire for greatness, always seeking to expand his influence. He rose through the ranks of the Roman Republic, holding various political offices. Each position he held was a stepping stone to greater power and authority. His military campaigns in Gaul, Hispania, and Pontus cemented his reputation as a brilliant military strategist. These victories not only expanded Rome's territories, but also increased his popularity among the Roman people. Caesar's popularity with the people of Rome was not shared by all within the Roman Senate. Many senators viewed him as a threat to the Republic's traditional power structures. His growing power and influence alarmed many of his fellow senators. They feared that Caesar's ambitions would lead to the end of the Republic. The Senate sought to curb Caesar's power, leading to a political standoff. This conflict would eventually escalate into a full-blown crisis. In 49 BC, Caesar defied the Senate's orders and crossed the Rubicon River, igniting a civil war. This bold move was a declaration of war against his political enemies. Caesar's march on Rome was swift and decisive. His forces quickly gained control, demonstrating his military prowess and strategic genius. His opponents, led by Pompey the Great, fled to Greece, and Caesar was appointed dictator of Rome. This marked a significant turning point in Roman history. Caesar's victory marked the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. His rule brought about a new era of centralized power. As dictator, Caesar implemented a series of reforms aimed at centralizing power and stabilizing the Roman state. These reforms were designed to strengthen his control and improve the efficiency of the government. Caesar's reforms, though popular with many, alienated some of his former allies. His concentration of power created enemies among those who once supported him. On the Ides of March, 44 BC, a group of senators assassinated Caesar in the theater of Pompeii. This brutal act was motivated by a desire to restore the Republic. Caesar's assassination plunged Rome into another period of civil war. The power vacuum left by his death led to further conflict and chaos. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about these extraordinary leaders, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more historical insights. See you next time. From Alexander's empire building to Cleopatra's cunning diplomacy and Caesar's dramatic rise and fall, their stories remind us of the impact one person can have on the world. These leaders, though flawed and human, left an indelible mark on history, shaping the course of civilizations and influencing the world we live in today.